request Prasad Garu to speak few words about this topic.
So good evening, friends. So my name is Prasad. I'm a medical officer for an organization dealing with substance use disorders. So I thank everybody seated on the stage and the organizers of this event that have given me an opportunity to present what I gained in my lifetime and share it with you people. Actually, when the session started with gratitude prayer for our teachers, it actually pushed me back to take into my memories. Specifically, I don't really do this sort of talk, but today I felt after looking at you all, it becomes my responsibility to talk. Because I had been sitting in the same chairs way back when I was around 16, 17 years old. I was sitting in a medical college. And by 18 years, I think I had tasted alcohol and also cannabis. That's what our officer had been telling. And by age of 36, though I picked up a degree, I never moved forward in life. జీవితంలో ముందుకు ఎప్పుడు వెళ్ళాలి ఇంకా. ఆ తర్వాత జనరల్ మెడిసిన్ ప్రాక్టీసే కానీ డాక్టర్గా అసలు పని చేయలేదు నేను. This is the reality. Why this happened? It's because I myself had done some mistakes at a very early age, a teenage, when my brain is yet to mature. I done the mistake of using some of these mind-altering substances. And the results are there for me to see as a personal experience. Today after that prayer, I felt I had to share because the main reason is being, my father as a teacher, he taught physics for degree students. Later he has also been principal of college across in Andhra and now present Telangana also. So I had actually seen the pain he has gone through because of me. That is one aspect. The truth is, what I had gone through is more important because I didn't only hurt myself, I had put up all blocks of growth in life. That's exactly what happened to me. And down the line, somehow, those days there was no help. Today there is help. Those days, forget about help. Addiction, people were looked upon as criminals. But today, we know it is a disease. So when we come to understand what is a disease, what do we really realize? What is a disease? That which dismisses the ease of functioning of the underlying organ. Disease of heart. The function of underlying organ, heart, is dismissed. That's why it is called disease of the heart. But addiction is the disease of the brain. It dismisses the functioning of the underlying organ called brain. Oh, what is brain? The command center that is there in your body that has to function, actually started functioning even if before you came onto this planet. As when you are a baby, it started functioning there, developing there, and comes out. When you got delivered into this world, it still continues. Your heartbeat is dependent on your brain. Your breathing rate is dependent on your brain. Your reward system functioning to cope with life is dependent on your brain. What you taste, what you experience, everything is dependent on your brain. What happens here is, when you start using mind-altering substances, that's exactly the title given, means it alters the way the brain functions and you respond to life. And if you are going to attack your brain with these effects of these chemicals drugs, even alcohol is a drug. Only thing is people who want to be a little more fashionable and hide the secret, alcohol is ethanol, it is a chemical, it is a drug. So when we say no to drugs, we have serious reasons why we are saying no to drugs. It is going to damage your brain. That's what. Definitely there will be a lot of dropouts. Definitely there are a lot of people suffering with self-esteem, though they have some degree in hand, which I did experience. It took a hell of a lot of time for me to come out of it. So this is exactly what we are looking at. What is all affected because of these chemicals? Physical health is affected, mental health is affected, emotional health is very badly affected. You can't live with your emotions. It is stressful. You keep repeating the drug use, and then it becomes abuse, then it becomes dependency. When you come to stage of dependency, then it becomes necessary for you to be rehabilitated again. And this is the truth. And that's why I say a program like Dheerah, an app like Dheerah comes in very handy for a lot of us, because there is a huge amount of stigma attached to these things. I think this is one way very silently where we can give help and seek help. We can do both. That is the beauty of these programs. In today's world, we have all the help available. There is nothing that is going missing here. But it is for us to seek it. At the same time, a lot of us know in our friends, there are somebody who is going on the wrong track. Then it actually becomes your responsibility to save your friend. The true meaning of friendship works there. It doesn't work in supporting your friend, giving that extra money to have his party or to have his drug. Because the disease of addiction goes through stages. It all starts somewhere. Experimenting, or maybe peer pressure because everybody is doing, or because, man, I am little insecure. So I want to go in front of people, I think I need something. Or it can be for functioning well, or it can be to do well, or it can be for, I think it helps in focus and concentration. Some people are using a lot of steroid chemicals for building their bodies. So likewise, there are a lot of things. Even people are using some Viagra for sexual functions, increased sexual functions. So various amounts of drugs are going around you, making our society more and more vulnerable to the disease of addiction. So we need to be extremely careful with what we are putting into our mouth or inhaling or injecting. Because ultimately it is my body that is going to be affected. It is my functionality that is going to be affected. The rest is my environment definitely will get affected. Entire families are affected. Financials are affected. Sometimes we see these effects extending into industries where the productivity of industry can drop down very badly. And in colleges, when I see you people, when I recall my journey with it and how and what I had to do, I had to reach out to psychiatrists, get out of withdrawals, stabilize, find a program of recovery, and then go back to my old college, again study back and take my certificates and then start functioning. And I had to choose to function in this because I understand the pain of it. So I want others to do better. I don't want people to go through what I had gone through. This is a simple reality. Other than this, there is something more you people have to understand. Today in psychiatry field, when we are looking across the complete spectrum, around 30-40% of the people complaining with psychiatric conditions are also presenting with history of drug abuse. This has become very common nowadays. Almost 7-8 years back, we had a call after a school function. Some kids experimented with cannabis Two students got admitted. So both were exhibiting psychotic symptoms. You know what is the substance they used? The gateway drug called the cannabis. And everybody thought cannabis was safe. Oh, it is naturally available. People are wrong. It is as simple as this. Nothing is safe. It is as good as don't smoke. It is injurious to health. Don't drink. It is injurious to health story. It is the same story. All these chemicals affect the chemistry in the brain. If you are unfortunate, if you have some weak point in your genetical makeup or body makeup or mental makeup or psychological makeup, in that moment, that chemical can give a permanent damage to your life. So we have to understand this very clearly. So don't ever try to experiment wanting to know. Before that, a lot of us, even we did the same mistake. We never asked. If somebody gave me something to eat, I looked at it 10 times. When somebody, even my teacher said, "No, Prasad, you just go this side and you do this and come," I went and found out from others, what should I do, why should I do, where should I do. But when somebody gave me a drink, or when I chose to drink, did I verify? Did I read about it? What this can do to my brain? What this can do to my liver? What this can do to my reproductive system? Never. It's because everybody is doing. Blindly I'm just doing it. That's not going to help. Here I see a lot of youngsters. I think tomorrow they all want to have good pay scales, or maybe go abroad, or some of you want to become scientists, or maybe some of you want to be great personalities in some field, or some of you just want to go back home and do some business. So whichever way you go, wherever you go, all of you are coming into this education system, especially with engineering, or maybe medical or anything, at the age of 16, 17. That is the age when actually your brain formative years, maturing years are, till the age of 24, 26. And during this period, imagine if I am going to pound up my brain with these chemicals, it's going to be permanent effect. It is food for thought. And I will say, today to have fun, people are looking out for places where drinks are served, places where you can easily get some drugs. My friends, and those are the places where you are making yourself vulnerable to any sort of criminal behavior to happen to you. Recently we had in the paper where a girl was badly violated with a pup, and still that case is going on in the newspapers. So many dangers. Self-esteem damaged, education dropouts, unable to find success because of the effects on the brain. Though they had studied hard and had certificates, they are unable to use their brain capabilities in actually say there has help available. Help is available. And yes, sometimes law enforcement also helps by actually bringing you people for some level of treatment and counseling. So you can also reach out to law enforcement to help your friends, to reach out for help also. Because denial, I don't have a problem, the biggest egoistic attitude we all carry with, has to go. And thank you all for listening.